Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ming Chen from Comic Book Ben, and you're listening to Best Threesome Ever. Find Best Threesome Ever on Facebook. Search Best Threesome Ever. That's 3 with the number 3. It is my favorite podcast.
Welcome to Best Threesome Ever, a podcast discussing all things revolving around nerdy pop culture. Probably not what you were expecting, but it's just as fun. Now here are your hosts, Nick, Rob, and Kevin.
Number one rule, Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. But yet everybody talks about the movie. Weird. All right, here we go. Best Threesome Ever, episode 132, brought to you by Heroic Goods and Games and Jaybird Wines. I'm Nick.
I'm Rob.
I'm Kevin.
And here we are with another action-packed episode.
Boy, are we lucky.
How so?
Our parents got to watch fucking the moon landing, the first steps on the moon, and we got to watch some dragon in a human form ride a dick to space for 5 minutes. It's truly fucking wondrous.
Yeah.
Did you not know you should have had the cut version? Because the other one would have more drag on it. I mean, just come on. Aerodynamics, people. Aerodynamics.
I love it too because he did this whole press conference. For those not understanding what we're talking about, it's fucking Jeff Bezos and his stupid penis rocket.
I think they knew who I was talking about when I said dragon in human form.
Fair enough. I think my favorite part was his press conference because he was just so excited and just like, I've gone to space. I'm the first big, super rich dudes to do it. And I'm like, first of all, sir, Richard Branson did it like a week ago. And he didn't do like...
And he's been doing space shit for a while.
He has. And here's the funny thing. Like, Richard Branson, also fucking toxic corporate billionaire, but whatever. At least he understands that he is and tries his best to do what he can to not fucking rub it in people's faces and tries to do stuff to give back or at least expand and diversify so that, you know, his stuff is also going to environmental stuff and all the good philanthropic things because he has really turned his career into more philanthropy at this point. And like his speech from space was like it's really inspirational of like to all the kids down there. I'm just a person and I came up to space and this is so cool and I hope you all get to do this someday. And, you know, I really hope that this is one of the first steps towards us really getting real, honest space travel and commercial space travel. Bezos comes out with his fucking press conference and goes, I want to thank all of the Amazon customers and workers for helping me get here. Just like, buddy, you just...
I am here on the mountain of gold from your blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. I have done very little. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, that's not to say Branson isn't like, you know, fucking eat the rich, goddammit. Like, Branson is right up there, you know, he's getting carved up like filet mignon. But like, Bezos is first on the smoker, my friend.
To be fair, they're not like in space. They're like on the edge of space, like where our B-2 fucking spy bombers fly.
Edge of space is still spacey. It's dark, the stars,
right.
Gravity's weird.
Like, yeah.
I just think it's Branson, Bezos, and Musk are just fighting to see who's the first world supervillain, honestly. Just because I think Musk is going to do it because he was
Bezos already looks like fucking Lex Luthor, man.
Yeah.
I know. And
I think Branson's trailing way behind at this point. He does good things, at least.
I mean, make fun of these guys for
cover.
How
it's cover.
How shitty and stupid this is all I want, but if I had the opportunity to go up in one of these things, I would do it in a fucking heartbeat.
Same.
Peace out. I'm going to space. Fuck you.
Same.
I would too, except that whole like this might blow up thing. I don't know.
Even then, whatever. I'd go out in a blaze of glory, whatever. Well, my name will be on a plaque somewhere. It's fine.
Yeah. Can Bezos be on that flight then? I'm fine with that.
See, and that's why I think Elon Musk isn't going to space, because he's like, these two fuckers can go to space and blow themselves up, and then it'll just be me. Like I said, it's a race to be the world's first supervillain, and the three of them are competing, so I'm just...
I state that, like, I do not think it's a race between the three of them. I do think it's a race between the two of them, Musk and Bezos, but, like, I don't know.
Brent, it's just a cover, man. Like
right.
all good supervillains, they're the least. They're the guy that go. We didn't expect him to be the villain. We didn't expect him to do bad things, but he did.
He has this amazing world in his head right now about Branson, and I love it. I love it, and I appreciate your point of view, and I don't agree with you, but it's fascinating. I hope I get that cynical one day.
Well, I mean,
It sounds meaner than I mean it, actually.
Elon Musk is not the dude from The Simpsons. Not the dude from The Simpsons. What was his name?
Montgomery Burns?
No,
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
I mean, he gave us a flamethrower.
He's not even the guy from Iron Man 3 or Star Trek, and that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him.
Playing him. He's not even that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do our episode a little bit different today. We're gonna do our normal kind of shtick for a little bit, and then we're gonna do a double hander here. We're gonna do a two-fister.
He loves to he sure love it.
We're going to do like a couples massage where you double happy ending.
A double happy ending. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
A two-fisted happy ending.
Quick before we get too far into that, you meant Iron Man 2.
Whichever fucking one
Yeah.
he was in. At the late night double feature sexy
Pictures.
podcast.
Oh, sure.
I think which one are you thinking of? What character were you thinking?
Elon Musk. Playing Elon Musk.
Plain Elon Musk.
Right.
And they talk about him in Star Trek too, like he was some fucking god of tech.
He was right. Iron Man 3.
No, it's 2 at the racetrack
I think
at
he's right.
Monaco.
I'm pretty sure he's right.
Yeah, he's at Monaco.
Whatever. Meh.
Anyways,
It's Monaco.
At the Monaco.
I have to go back and watch that now because I've recently gotten into
Do you?
F1. Well, I've gotten into F1, and so now I want to
watch
know if
the Formula movie with Thor in it.
Rush.
Yeah,
Rush.
Yeah, I've heard about it and I've been told to watch it. I just haven't yet.
Ron Howard do that movie?
Ford.
I don't know who
I don't
did
think
it,
he
but
did.
it's Thor and Zemo playing 70s F1 drivers, which is super cool.
Ford versus Ferrari was actually really good. I was actually surprised at how good it was. I just happened to watch it one day and I was like,
That's not Formula One.
it's not Formula One, but it's about the pretty big step in American automotive-
racing.
Oh, yeah, American automotives.
Also, not Formula One, but racing. One of my favorite movies as a kid was Days of Thunder.
Really?
State your case.
I don't know. I just liked it. I liked. I thought Tom Cruise was good in it. I was obsessed with Mellow Yellow, and it was the Mellow Yellow car and a good action. And I learned about rubbing versus hitting.
Rubbing is racing.
I can still hear Nicole Kidman going, "Let me out of the car, Cole! Let me out of the car!" So it's.
Okay.
I don't know. It stuck with me as a kid.
Fair enough.
All right. Well,
I've never seen it. I just
it's a movie.
that's what I've heard.
No.
I will take Cocktail Dreams.
Sure
Thank
is
you.
a film.
It sure is.
Is that it? Cocktail
no
Dreams?
At least
No,
not-
Cocktail.
Cocktail.
It's just called Cocktail.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
called Cocktail. Referring
I will
to
take Cocktail. Thank you.
And that's even. I would rather watch Days of Thunder than Cocktail. Yeah. Even though Beach Boys are in it, okay. I'd rather watch Days of Thunder. Cocktail's a boring ass movie with some titties in it. It's about a dude that just is arrogant dude who fucking flips cocktails. Who they fight over a girl.
You and I watched two very different movies.
Apparently we did.
Yeah.
What's so great about Cocktail?
I really like Cocktail. I think Cocktail's a smart film, and it's got weird, Cool Hand Luke Color of Money vibes to it, which is weird because Color of Money also starred Tom Cruise, but the old guy wasn't. What's his name? It was Paul Newman, but still,
I don't know if Paul Newman was in
Color of Money.
Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah, it's technically a sequel.
No, is it?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Fun fact, little experiment, Tom Cruise related. Risky business. Picture the dance scene in your mind.
Okay.
The underwear scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Picture in your mind. Picture Tom Cruise sliding in on that floor.
I'm gonna close my eyes for this. Hang on.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Can
All
you
right.
see it in your mind's eye?
Yeah.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing a button-down shirt and white drawers and socks and his sunglasses, Ray-Bans.
What color is the shirt?
It's like an off-white pinkish.
No, it isn't. It's a blue.
Nope, it is pink. No, he is not wearing Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Is he not?
No.
Very pink, not wearing sunglasses.
Really?
Really. He wears sunglasses a lot throughout the film, and I think that's where the association came from.
But like when the people like parried it, they're always wearing sunglasses.
Because he's wearing Ray-Bans throughout most of the movie, and he's wearing it, I think, on the cover art for it.
Okay.
So that's where I think the association comes in. But yeah, he is
interesting.
not at all wearing sunglasses, and the shirt is not white. It is very pink. Huh. I will fast forward to the scene.
While he's doing that, we are going back to what I was originally saying.
Yeah,
our episode's
sorry.
going to be a little bit different. Oh yeah, there it is. He's not wearing sunglasses.
Hey, you can cut this out if you like.
Wow, that is a bright pink. Okay, I also, for whatever reason, my brain said it was fully open, not half buttoned.
And,
I knew
and
it
that's
was always
that's
fun.
why is the cover for it is
Yep.
him and his Ray-Ban sunglasses,
Yeah.
and he's the one who made them cool. And
Of course,
Yeah.
he did that between that movie and Top Gun in his Ray-Bans.
I thought
He
those
is
were
wearing
aviators.
aviators.
The Aviators made by Ray-Ban. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's...
But I mean, okay.
when I think of Ray-Bans, I think of Risky Business. I don't think of Top Gun. Like,
Fair enough.
when I think of aviator sunglasses, I think of Top Gun, sure. But, like, not aviators made by Ray-Ban, just that style of glass.
So a little bit different podcast today.
Yeah, a little bit.
Drink, you sons of bitches.
Two shots.
A little bit different. We're going to do our normal little spiel for a bit, and then we're going to spoil the shit out of both Black Widow and then Loki.
Black Widow, baby. Do, 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 do.
And oddly enough, today is Robin Williams' birthday. The day that we were recording is Robin Williams' birthday. So
Yeah.
it's kinda-
Yeah, he would have been 70 today.
would have been 70.
It's also very smoky out, and the world smells like barbecue.
It is.
It does.
And it's affecting my nostrils and not in a good way.
So Earth, if you could knock it off, that'd be great.
Canada, if you'd stop burning, please.
All the way down to like Oregon, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 So I'm just going to blame Oregon.
Blame Canada.
Oregon has it coming.
Do they?
My blame, yes.
I was going to start off by asking you guys kind of like what you used to do, Rob, on your old show about like a geek fight kind of thing, but I saw this and it poked my curiosity. Who would win in a fight between Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman?
Captain Marvel. No, I will not explain myself.
Yeah. It's kind of a...
I mean, it really depends on a lot of factors. Captain Marvel has more like powers to her, like she has ranged attacks and whatever. But I believe Wonder Woman is stronger.
Probably, I would...
But I think Captain Marvel might be sturdier. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's a toss-up. It's a good one.
Right. I mean, she did get knocked around a little bit by Thanos in the,
I think push comes to shove, I'm going to give it to Marvel.
I would give it to
Yeah.
Marvel. Not by much, though.
No, not by much.
Yeah.
I still will not explain myself.
Don't have to.
Thank you.
I didn't ask you to show your work.
And then the ladies kiss.
And never mind. No.
Oh, no, God. Oh, you meant... Oh, I see. Okay. Well, this is embarrassing.
Awkward moment. Awkward moments in podcasting.
I'm really sad I never got to watch Spider-Man just throw the Hulk.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, because canonically he's stronger than the Hulk.
well, he's I don't know if he's stronger than the Hulk. The Hulk is stronger, but he's strong enough to easily lift and throw the Hulk.
Okay.
Spider-Man is very strong, but Hulk is stronger.
Okay.
But like, just all I wanted was for him to just yeet the Hulk,
Fair enough.
and then the gentleman kiss.
No,
Gotta
Rob.
keep it fair.
No, Rob. Yeah.
All right, so where are we?
Who knows anymore?
I don't have a lot on the list, so I just saw today that Leslie Grace was cast as Batgirl for the HBO Max movie Batgirl, or the Batgirl part, which...
Leslie Grace. Where do I know that? Oh, In the Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
she
that was like
played
her basically a breakout role. She's been in a couple things, but not much.
Right.
Leslie Grace, her breakout role was In the Heights.
Well, I would call it her strongest role to date. She's been in a couple of things, but they've been pretty small.
She's excellent in that movie too.
I assume it'll be a Barbara Gordon or
Maybe, I don't know. It just said that she was playing Batgirl. That's all I saw.
I would assume since they've made the commish Jeffrey Wright. So
will it? Do we know if it's going to be DCEU?
It's on HBO Max, so probably fall somewhere.
So that means nothing. That could be yes, that could be no. Because we've seen the stills from the Flash movie with the new Supergirl, which now makes both Batgirl and Supergirl Latina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also there have been some promo shots of a Batmobile in the Flash movie.
Okay.
It is the 89 Batmobile, a little souped up.
Sweet. Best Batmobile ever.
All right.
I hate the 89 Batman movie so much, but the Batmobile is fucking tight.
Yeah.
I don't understand your hate for it.
Because I think that while I enjoy Tim Burton and a lot of his work, I don't think he should have been allowed to touch Batman.
Okay.
As much as I love Prince, he had no business being in a Batman movie, much less the majority of the soundtrack of it. It is not the right vibe. It's not the right style. It's not the right feel. I don't care if they used it for like a Joker scene. It's not right.
Okay.
The Bat dance is, while fun to watch and fun to laugh at, when you really bring it back to Earth, was a fucking travesty. Yeah, I don't care much for it. I think it's kookier, but I actually like Batman Returns a little bit better.
I was going to say, in defense of Batman 89, Jack Nicholson, I think, gave us a very interesting portrayal of the Joker.
He gave us the gangster version,
which I appreciate. No one else has done it since, because I think everyone has also been sort of like, well, that's our definitive version at this point. And so no one's really done gangster Joker since him. But also, Danny Elfman's score is iconic.
Yeah, the Danny Elfman score is wonderful. I think I really like Michael Keaton as Batman.
I was going to say Michael Keaton as Batman.
I didn't much care for him as Bruce Wayne. He was too cherub-faced, I guess, and he had a lot of the Michael Keatonisms where he's a little spazzy.
Well, and at the time he would have
made a great Joker, I feel. Seeing what I am now that he's aged and his style has changed a little bit, I think he will make an incredible aged Batman.
Okay,
especially since he was the Vulture.
Yeah,
I feel he has a better scope of what it means to be in a comic book movie.
Mm-hmm. And Birdman for that matter.
So good. But yeah, seeing the old Batmobile was tight, and I'll see if I can find the pictures of it because holy shit.
When is the other Batman movie supposed to be released? Isn't that
2022. It did get pushed back a little bit.
Yep. COVID.
Robert Pattinson got COVID.
Yeah,
so they had to halt for a while.
Imagine. Yeah. Could imagine they'd have to halt for a while for that.
And over the last 2 nights, I watched all 5 Twilight movies. That was fun.
Why?
Because it was fun. It was a fun thing to do with my roommate, Kaylin.
Fair enough.
They're not good. The Renesmee, the face thing they did with that baby, did not look great then. Looks worse now. I could not stop laughing my whole off.
You had to watch Twilight. Ugh.
Didn't have to. Chose to.
Well,
it's good to be precise about these things.
I was playing Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and I kept not playing because I was too busy watching the masterpiece that was playing next to it.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, speaking of things that suck, apparently Jackass 4 is happening.
It is.
I saw the trailer for it, and I gotta say, I think I might be into it.
Yeah, same.
I was never really into Jackass. I'd seen pieces of it here and there, and I was like,
right,
nuts.
Yeah, idiots doing stupid things out in the world.
Now that they're old,
yeah,
I'm much more intrigued by it.
To watch them actually get hurt. We can only do one a piece because probably
We're
gonna
gonna-
really hurt yourself.
These
Yeah.
old bitches are gonna die.
Yeah. I want to hear Steve-O scream sober. I don't know what that sounds like.
Oh yeah, he's very sober. It's funny to have him. There was what was that? What was I watching? But it was like him, and he would watch like old episodes of like Jackass, and he would describe like what was going on. He was like, I was fucking high as shit for every single one of those episodes, and
His episode of Hot Ones is probably my favorite.
yeah, him and Alton Brown, and obviously Nick Offerman, but
And he was also in a couple episodes of Game Grumps.
yeah.
And those are good episodes, especially because you can't see him. So all you hear is this voice throughout the entire episode.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
He sounds like he's had a tracheotomy. His neck is fine, mind you.
Right.
I sent the pics to the group chat. By
Excellent.
The way.
I do want to mention another film that's coming out, documentary that we dropped a trailer a little bit ago. The voiceover is spectacular for this trailer because the documentary is called Val, for Val Kilmer's documentary.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did see that's coming
Yeah.
out. I'm gonna watch that. I'm not much of a docu guy.
Me neither, but no, that's not true. I love documentaries.
Say you fucking liar.
I just wanted to do the give and take and
Sure.
and answer you, and I was just like, wait, that's not fucking true. But it's an interesting concept because basically he wrote and directed it all himself because it's a bunch of home movies and home video stuff because he always had a camera on set, and so like. There's footage. The trailer shows some footage of him on set at like Top Gun and Batman and like him just running around doing movies. And
Is there
like,
video of him on Real Genius?
I am not sure. I think so.
Any of you really know what that movie is?
Yes, I do.
Yes, of course.
But the voiceover is talking about like, yeah, my name is Val Kilmer. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm watching it, and like when I first watched the trailer, I'm like, that's someone doing voiceover because I know what Val Kilmer sounds like now. For those that don't know, Val Kilmer had just horrifically painful throat cancer and had to get a tracheotomy. And he talks with a talk box now, and his voice is ruined. And it seems like a lot of the thesis of the film is he made this movie to re-find his voice since he doesn't have one anymore. But I thought it was an interesting choice to use like a very clean cut all-American voice as his voice, which I thought was interesting. But yeah,
It's his son,
is it his son?
Jack Kilmer.
That makes so much more sense now. I was just going to say,
I thought you were leading up to that, and you weren't getting to the point fast enough, so I had to look it up.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know. That makes so much more sense, though. And why it actually sounds a bit like him. Yeah. But yeah, I'm interested in that documentary. I want to see it.
I'm very excited for The Green Knight. That's coming up soon. I am unreasonably stoked for this film. Visually, it kind of reminds me of a movie called Titus that came out quite a while ago, about one of the last Roman emperors. But yeah, fucking, this movie looks incredible, and I'm very, very excited for it.
Well, I have strong feelings about Dev Patel.
Yeah.
I love him as an actor. I think he's amazing. Ever since I saw him in Slumdog Millionaire, I thought he was amazing in that movie. But he was also in The Newsroom. He's done a couple other things here and there since. He's very good. He was in the Shamalama Ding Dong Avatar.
Sure was.
Zuko. That was a choice.
Sure was.
Yeah, that was a choice. Anyways, I like his career for the most part. He wasn't bad in that movie. The rest of the movie was fucking terrible, but he can't be faulted for that. He played it to a T, in my opinion.
All right.
We're filling this space more than you expected, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. We can move on because that's all I had on my list. Unless you guys have something else.
One more thing. Couple interesting promo pics. You already sent us the one of Thor.
Jesus.
And Thor: Love and Thunder. Dude is absolutely massive. He's huge.
He sure is.
He is. I mean, he started out big, but he's now
Bigger.
almost actual like comic book Thor size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more information about the black and gold suit, a couple of toys have leaked a few things that it can do, and I believe he has a power weapon from Doctor Strange's vault. 'Cause it looks like he has a bracer, and he has webs that are doing magic shit. So
Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe Mordo is right. But there's rumor that he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie as well, possibly just as kind of a jump in. But
Doctor Strange?
no, Mordo will be.
Mordo. Gotcha.
In fucking Spider-Man.
Oh, sure.
And there was a bunch of changes to Charlie Cox's schedule that are making people think that he is absolutely in this film. Likely as Matt Murdock.
Sure. God, I hope so.
I would hope so.
So still no goddamn trailer.
Nope.
I was
As of this recording,
wrong.
which, to be fair, it's July 21st. If the trailer drops on July 22nd, I'm going to just murder.
I mean, twice now we've figured it's going to come out right
Yep.
after our podcast, and it hasn't. So
And oddly enough, didn't come out for Black Widow like
it
we
didn't.
thought.
Yeah, my prediction was very wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was going
all
to
right.
be either after Loki or after Black Widow. Neither of those things is true. And it's the next movie in the cycle at this point.
It's got to be. And if it's not,
Or is Eternals next?
I think Eternal's next, and for some reason I thought Shang-Chi's coming out soon.
yeah,
Shang-Chi's coming out?
that'll come out before Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think that comes out like in August.
Yeah,
Does it really?
I
yeah.
think so.
Because I mean, we've already seen trailers for it, so it's already coming out.
Yeah, a couple of them. The new one was really good.
Yeah, we talked about that on the last one with the Hulk character.
August
Abomination.
16th, 2021. Fascinating.
Also, the Snake Eyes came out of nowhere and is coming out in like a fucking week.
Yeah.
It's like, here's a trailer. Oh, by the way, it's coming out the day after tomorrow. Oh, cool.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't know if they expect it to do well.
It sounds like they're dumping it. Yeah, honestly.
Which is
I know
too
it's sad for
bad
you.
because it looks like it's better than either of the regular G.I. Joe movies.
Probably.
Though the second one was admittedly better than the first.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to pull a Bumblebee, but
Yeah, and it just I think because people not that they don't care about Snake Eyes, but I think they just like do we need this movie? I mean, we don't really.
I don't think we do,
I don't know.
frankly.
I mean, I'm expecting some cool G.I. Joe shit and some cool fucking Snake Eyes martial arts shit. That's about all I'm expecting from that movie. Some good action scenes.
And it's funny because the openings of the trailer for Snake Eyes and Shang-Chi are similar-ish.
Yeah, yeah, they are. Yeah. But we'll see. I think we got a new Scarlet, so there we go.
And Baroness.
And a new Baroness, that's right. Because the other Scarlet went and made, the Orville went into space. More people going into space.
Jesus.
Sure. Yeah.
Actually, she was Lady Jane. That's a lie. She was Lady Jane. The other Scarlet from the first one, who knows what the fuck happened to her? Nobody knows. She wasn't in the second one.
You're talking about, God, I think it's Michelle Nichols.
Somebody that
Michelle
I
Nicole.
want to meet in real life.
She was in Alias.
Yeah.
And then she was in that not very good Conan movie with Jason Momoa. She was the Orion girl in the Star Trek first reboot movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a pretty big fan of hers.
Yeah. She's pretty.
For a little bit of reference here,
Samara Weaving is Scarlet.
There you go.
Shang-Chi comes out September 3rd, Eternals November 5th, and Spider-Man
It's October, I believe.
October?
No,
December?
Yep.
December 17th.
I swear there.
Yep.
Right before
Must have
Christmas.
gotten pushed back then because I know it was October.
But we've got a trailer. We've had a trailer for Shang-Chi. We've had a trailer for Eternals at this point.
couple for Eternals now.
Couple for Eternals now, and nothing for Spider-Man yet.
Better hold out, man.
Top billing on IMDb is J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Nice.
And then Zendaya is married as MJ, and then Tom Holland is Peter Parker.
Oh, sure.
He ain't coming out this one. Sorry, we're going to lose Tom Holland.
I don't agree with you.
Well, think about it. The first one was called Homecoming. He went to Homecoming. The second one was Far From Home. He was far from home. This one is No Way Home. He's not coming home.
I understand that, but I think you're being pessimistic
And literal.
and literal.
but
Because he didn't really go to Homecoming. He passed through Homecoming.
Yep.
the second one, he was really far from home.
Yeah.
Sure
You're being sure was. Sure was, buddy. Yeah, I agree with Kevin. I think you're being too literal. But I don't know. I think yes, this may be the transition that Sony is using to get away from MCU and go to their Sony verse. Or whatever the fuck the name of their stupid multiverse is. But
I was hoping for more like a Torch Pass to like a Miles Morales or a...
we'll see. I don't think we're going to get it, but because Sony also owns Miles Morales.
No.
Well, I mean, that and Peter's still so young, it would be silly not to utilize him more.
I'm with you. I don't want him not to come home. I want him to come home. I want more Tom Holland.
And he has more on the contract, so I don't think he's going anywhere.
And a fourth film is in development.
You're a fourth film. I don't know what I meant by that.
I don't know what you meant by that either.
Anyways, all right, moving on.
Ones
Speaking
that
of...
there have been cute winks to the camera that Deadpool might show up.
Oh, that's something we haven't talked about. So there was another sort of trailery thing, kind of bit of marketing for Free Guy, and it was in the style of a React video, and it starred Deadpool and Korg, played by Ryan Reynolds and Taika Waititi, who are both in the movie Free Guy.
I posted that 36 minutes after it was posted onto YouTube.
Did you really?
To both my page and Twin Cities Geeks.
Awesome. Well, do you want to talk about it? Because
I mean, there's not much to say. They basically did the same thing that Deadpool did for the Cruella de Vil, the trailer where he makes fun of it, but this one, because Taika Waititi is also obviously in Free Guy, they decided to do a little collaboration between Deadpool and Korg, which sort of serves as a soft
backdoor.
A soft introduction of Deadpool into the MCU.
Yeah, Deadpool went in through the back door, of course.
Yep, like he does.
Like he does.
Shall we do nerd grabs?
Yeah, we can do nerd grabs real quick, and then we'll go on to spoil Black Widow and Loki. So
yeah,
nerd grabs. I ain't got much. I got a new fridge because our old fridge died in the office.
New fridge.
So I got a new fridge.
Do not sit here.
Yeah, don't sit there. You have to keep social distancing from my fridge.
I will not.
So yeah, that was about my only nerd grab, really. Yeah, that was my only nerd grab. I ain't got anything else.
All right.
A new fridge for the office is it. Unexpected nerd grab.
Okay, so I got a couple things. I got 2 DVD sets to finally round out my collection. I now have all of Scrubs on DVD. Nice. I bought seasons 7 and 8, so I have all of the seasons.
Nice.
That's just waiting. I was hoping. Go ahead, Nick.
So Free Guy on IMDb.
Sir.
It says, and I think this has got to be Ryan Reynolds, sex and nudity, severe, based on 56 user votes because a character says, lifetime supply of virginity, violence and gore, severe, profanity, severe, alcohol and drugs and smoking, severe, fighting and intense scenes, severe.
What website is this on?
IMDb.
Yeah, users can add to that, and it infuriates me because I'll see severe, and I think I'm going into a fun romp with just nothing but tits and wieners, and there's
tits, wieners, and blood.
Nary a nipple or ball in sight.
Especially for a PG-13 movie.
Yeah. Right?
All right, so anyways, you got a DVD collection of...
Yeah, so I got the last 2 seasons I didn't have of Scrubs, so now I have all of Scrubs. All 8 seasons of Scrubs. I'm teeing this up for him, and he's not taking the bait, and that's okay.
Because we don't recognize the 9th season in this house.
That's absolutely right. So I don't know what you're talking about. That anything would be wrong with having the 8 seasons.
You said the correct thing, 8 seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing to correct.
If you would have said I had all 9 seasons, see if you would have said it right, then I'd be like, excuse me, there's only 8.
No, see, because anyways, I also got a little acrylic pin to wear with my Fest costume this year.
Yeah.
It's a little plague doctor, and it says vaccinated on it.
Yeah, so you got one of those.
Yeah, I got one. Off of Etsy, it was like $9. It was worth it.
That's the one I was
Totally
gonna grab.
worth it. So yeah, those are my nerd grabs. Kevin?
I got it had sold out like right away. I know there was an issue with some scalpers, but I was able to get my hands on the Skyward Sword controller set for the Switch.
Oh, sure.
Not sure if I'm going to hold on to them or not, but they're neat. And then what should be coming tomorrow is the Pink Ranger helmet.
Ooh.
Oh.
So I will now be at 4 out of 7.
4 out of 7?
Correct.
Oh, green and white. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
You got it, dude.
You said you got a new sword for Fest. Are you actually going to bring it out to Fest this year?
I haven't received it yet. So once it gets here, yes, I will be wearing it at Fest.
I mean, speaking of, we signed some paperwork, so we could probably talk about that now.
We could probably talk about that now.
Yeah.
But you're going to be at Fest? We've already talked about that.
Yeah, but now it's there.
Now it's official.
There's been some hullabaloo, but now it's official. We are both contracted, and we'll be out at Fest. And
Yeah. It was great, too, because Kevin posted a picture online and said the Musketeers will be back at Fest, minus Aramis, but we're doing a bit. And then he posted a picture, my favorite picture, by the way, my favorite Musketeer picture that we ever goddamn took of us all doing what we called our act natural pose.
which was always ridiculous.
Absolutely insane. And it's Will, Kevin, and Micah, and a fourth human who we can't recognize because Kevin photoshopped a paper bag over his head.
Not just any paper bag, but the paper bag of the bombastic bag man that Spider-Man wore when after he got the Venom symbiote taken out of him.
Yeah.
Johnny Storm lent him a Fantastic Four suit, but to cover his face, he put a paper bag over his head and then a Kick Me sticker on his back.
Oh.
So I didn't
That
just give you
explains-
any paper bag. I gave you
Spider-Man's paper bag.
I gave you Spider-Man's paper bag.
Yeah.
You should be extra honored.
I am extra honored. So honored that I made it my profile picture.
There you go.
So the Musketeers will be back. I will not be joining them. I'm doing something new.
Oh, and then our TikTok page is up and running. So if you find us on TikTok, surprisingly doing, not surprisingly, but it's doing very well.
Yeah, it's not doing bad.
Yeah, not at all. And your one from this weekend was
Can
fucking
Can?
hilarious. Yeah, from Can Can. That was like fucking hilarious.
What is that line from, by the way?
Scrubs.
From Scrubs.
Oh, yes, it is.
Damn it.
Mr. I have all 8 seasons.
I'm still going through them again.
The
It's
ESPN Cold Surgery episode.
Yep.
Where
Well,
JD
that's season 8, so I haven't gotten there yet. I'm kind of tagging along with the podcast right now.
There you go.
I don't think that was season 8. I think it was season
It was the ESPN episode?
I think it was season 7.
It was the ESPN episode, though.
Yeah.
It's season 8.
You sure?
Yep, certain.
Da-na-na.
Because they were able to use the music.
Oh, yeah.
On ABC.
Because they had changed networks.
Yep,
Ah.
they were allowed to use the music. They wouldn't have been able to use the music on NBC. Hell no.
Oh, sorry. Don't sue us for using the music. Da-na-na, da-na. Doe a deer. It's definitely a deer.
It's definitely a deer, yeah.
So you can find us on TikTok at Best Threesome Ever, the name of our podcast, with the number, not the name, or not the word, or the letter, number. Fuck, the number,
Not the word.
We've only posted 2 TikToks, but we promise we're going to post more. And I assure you, I will be parroting some of the best thirst TikToks.
Hell yeah.
With my Lorgen and George body.
Post them too. Rob, you should post them.
Yeah, I need to log into it first.
Yeah, get up on it.
Well, the password is
You put it in the chat, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? Okay.
Pretty sure it
He
did.
told us what
We
it was.
can edit this part. That's fine.
It's easy to figure out. If you
Franks
think
and
about
wieners with all numbers.
it. I'm sure people are loving this. Anyways, all right. So done with nerd grabs, yeah?
Yeah, we can move on
Okay.
to whatever.
Moving on, we're going to do a double fisted...
A double feature. It's a double feature, man.
happy ending. I would like to speak, but Rob fucking keeps interrupting my thought pattern
just that
and interrupting my sentence, so I can't get the exact sentence out, and then it sounds like I just don't know what the fuck I'm saying. So anyways, we're going to do that. We're going to start with the movie Black Widow, so if you haven't seen that, or Loki. We're about to spoil the shit out of both of those, so... Or if you don't care, then keep listening. Otherwise, we will see you on another episode, or go watch them and come back and listen, because that would be great.
All right.
So Black Widow.
First thoughts.
First of all, I want to say finally, I think somebody's starting to listen to our podcast, because we've been talking about this movie, not necessarily this movie, but what we wanted in movies since day fucking one of this podcast, which is a bunch of women kicking ass in a movie.
Sure.
And we fucking got it.
We did.
And it was great. Overall, I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was enjoyable.
We got the ever so rare title sequence.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of those in
Yeah.
Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Like the Guardians of the Galaxy do them, and I think like one or two others have had like
Endgame did it.
yeah, but not a lot of title sequences in the MCU, but we got a very cool one.
Oh wait,
with that,
Endgame didn't do a title sequence,
with
but yeah,
the cover of Smells
Nirvana.
Like Teen Spirit.
Smells like Teen Spirit. Yeah.
Did you guys get this out of the way? Do you agree with some people are complaining about it because it was like too little too late? About, obviously Black Widow should have had her own movie a long time ago, but the fact that a lot of people on the internet are saying that, the Black Widow was like the I don't want to say the sex symbol for the Avengers, but was the not scantily clad, but tightly clothed person, and then they make this movie, and it was like it's like too little too late to, push the all woman cast almost and have the lead be you know what I mean, for the MCU anyways.
I'll just say it. I don't know what you mean because I'm not quite understanding. If I'm not getting your point.
People are saying it was too little, too late to have a Black Widow movie where it was, the female lead we've had the whole time, but never actually given her own movie. People say it's thanks for giving it to us now after she died. Spoilers for Endgame, I guess.
right.
But yeah, because it takes place between Civil War and Infinity War.
Yeah.
While there were, I think the problem most people have is that it felt like there were no stakes with Black Widow because it's like, well, we know she lives, so who gives a shit?
Right.
But I feel they did a good job of making us care enough about her quote unquote family and all the other characters that it still felt, oh well, is this person going to live? Are they not? So I still dug it.
Yeah, well, not only that, but to me, it gave more. Not that her death wasn't already sad, but when she dies, she's giving all that up. All the stuff that she did in that movie, in Black Widow, she's,
Yeah, her relationship with her family.
Exactly, and her rekindled with her quote unquote sister, and just kind of, wow, okay, they did that. So I mean, I don't want to call it a filler movie, but it kind of was a filler movie.
It kind of was a filler movie,
but my favorite filler movie of all, if that's what you want to call it.
It did give us a couple of things, though. It gave us more on Valentina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character
Shows up in the post credits.
Possibility, and this is something I said right after the movie, and the people I was with were like, "Oh shit, I bet you're right." One tiny thing that Captain America may have done during his retirement, and that's getting a fight with Red Guardian in the 80s.
Oh.
Because he talks about that fight like it really happened. He's like, "Are you calling me a liar?" Well, even though he didn't thaw until the 2000s, it's like, "Oh shit!" Well, maybe he did.
Right. More things that time criminal Steve Rogers did.
Fucking variant ass bitch.
Right.
I got a thought about that, and that will be for Loki.
Loki, sure.
Which actually will tie in really
And
nicely.
I feel like we can talk a little bit about Loki in this because yes, I think there's some interesting variant things that can happen with what's coming up that came out of this movie. I will say what I told these guys before we started. Oh God, it's just gone now.
Butts.
Titties.
Titties and butts.
I really enjoyed her sister calling her out on the superhero landing.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That was goddamn incredible.
And then did it herself.
And then did it.
She's like,
Ooh, disgusting. Yeah.
But I mean, this movie really did put forward the trope of, and I call it a trope, but I mean it's true. The only person who can help a woman heal from the machinations of men is another woman.
yeah.
So the big twist of the movie, and so here's where we're going big time into spoiler country, is that Taskmaster was the guy who created Black Widow, his daughter, that she had been a victim of collateral damage when Natasha thought she killed him.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to remember the name of the actual Taskmaster in the comics. It's like Tony Mascare or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that is like alliteration-y to Taskmaster because it's, people had no creativity back then when it came to names.
I'm gonna look it up real quick and find out.
And so instead of him, it was
Antonia.
and she was played by Olga Kurylenko, who I'm a big fan of.
I was gonna say so am I.
I loved like Hitman, the one with Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah.
I loved. I thought it was a really fun movie. Quantum of Solace may not be a great Bond movie, but not for lack of her chops in the film. I'm a pretty big fan of hers, and so I kind of called what was going on when we were about 2/3 through the movie, and I still hadn't seen her yet because like I had no idea she was in the movie. So when I saw her name pop up in the credits, I was like, "Oh, cool! I love her." And like by 2/3, I'm like, "Oh, I get it. I know exactly what happened."
You're gonna be really upset about this, by the way. It's Tony Masters.
I told you. I told you.
Yeah, but it wasn't even remotely clever. It was just Tony and then Master again.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I had said like Mastare, so I feel like I was pretty close.
You were pretty close.
I just gave him a slightly more Italian name.
didn't Stan Lee say something once about why he did all the names of his characters with the same letters, like Peter Parker and J. Jonah Jameson, and
Yeah, it was because it's memorable. Because you remember alliteration.
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different letters, but it's still, the Clark Kent is still an alliteration like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and Scott Summers, sure. I'm going to go ahead and say something that is a hot take, if you will. I'm going to make a hot take here. This Black Widow movie was totally Florence Pugh's coming out party, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Every goddamn second of it. She just, every time she was on screen, the camera focused right in on her. Even though it really didn't, like, anytime she was on screen, she pulled focus so hard.
Absolutely
and just
a scene
like
thief, and in
scene thief
all
every
the best
time.
ways.
Like, yeah, she wasn't chewing scenery, but she was your focal point every time she was on screen, and it
Absolutely.
was amazing. Like, and she had, in my opinion, best lines in the movie. She had like some of the best scenes in the movie. This was Florence Pugh's coming out party for Marvel, and I think she's going to be a big part.
The
of
movie was definitely more about her, and I
Yep.
think for a reason, and that's where the stakes was with her.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I think somebody called it, or somebody said something about this probably will be a Torch Pass movie, which
It kind of wasn't, but it kind of was.
Right. and especially at the end where it's like, which I'm assuming Valentina is just forming the anti-Avengers, like with the anti-Captain America and now probably the anti-Black Widow, and making up stories about this is the guy that killed her. Well, no, she. And how does Valentina fucking know what happened?
That's a great question, actually. I don't know the answer to that. I would love to know how Valentina knows what happened
And
on
goddamn
Vormir.
it, Marvel, you better explain it at some movie sometime in the near future, because if not, I'm going to be really mad at you.
I mean, I'm sure they're gonna. They've definitely set her up to be something important,
Right.
throughout this next phase.
Because she's not working for the government. I forget when in Captain and Winter Soldier if.
I'm fascinated by the threads that are being dangled at this
I
point.
don't remember in Captain and Winter Soldier if she explained where she worked or who she worked for.
She didn't. She was not specific.
But they seem to know her. Like they know who she is. Like U.S. agents seem to know who she was or her.
No, he didn't.
No?
No, he didn't. She had to introduce herself and say, I work for an organization that needs guys like you.
Well, what organization is that?
She doesn't say. In the comics, she's S.H.I.E.L.D.
So, Hydra?
Possibly Hydra.
No, possibly Hydra, but probably S.H.I.E.L.D., actually.
Or Sword.
Maybe. She might be Sword. It's possible. That's certainly a realm that
I suppose because
we can enter now.
when she
since we
did-
have Sword in the...
U.S. agent, she didn't necessarily make him a bad guy. She's just rebranding the new.
No, he's... No, like the show Falcon and the Winter Soldier made it out so that he is not a bad guy. They're wrong, but I digress.
Right. And that's
He's
what.
fucking evil and a fucking horrible, horrible character and shouldn't be allowed to have any more. He should have died.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there.
Right. But also the fact that she's like, telling her that, this is the guy that killed your sister. Well, he didn't. We all know. She doesn't. We know that that's not what happened. So it's like she's just manipulating these characters into what she wants to form her new super group boy band. Not boy band. That's a bad word. Sorry.
Boy
band.
Boy band.
With girls.
Yeah. Boy band.
Boy band.
I didn't want to,
I think it's interesting because I feel like they're just... This is weird, obscure comics trivia. But do you feel like maybe they're leaning towards the Dark Reign storyline? Maybe a little bit? As far as the Earthbound storyline goes.
I don't recall it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play the pretend game or anything like that. I don't recall it.
Okay, so it's a big storyline that involves Yelena. Basically, I'm going to look it up real quick and make sure I'm getting this right. But the storyline involves Norman Osborn becoming the Secretary of Defense.
So this must be like post 2005.
Yes.
That would be why I don't know it very well.
Okay, fair enough.
I really only was able to capture some of the bigger storylines.
Gotcha.
Since, like leaving college,
Gotcha. This is one of the bigger ones.
but I mean like huge.
Yeah, fair enough. This was them coming up after Civil War, and then the Secret Invasion. This is the storyline after Secret Invasion. So it has a lot to do with Norman Osborn, and he becomes the Secretary of Defense, and he creates his own, essentially, supergroup. And it includes Daken, which is hilarious.
the band?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Boy band.
Yeah, no, that's actually a better answer than the truth. Daken is a clone of Wolverine. It's fucking stupid.
He sucks.
Yeah, he sucks hard. He's got the old brown and yellow suit, but it sucks.
Isn't he the one who can? Is he the one who can phase? I'm trying to remember. There's a couple different like alternate Wolverines. I'm trying to remember if he's the one who has like the sort of wraith power.
I'm looking. I mean, and technically he's the mutant son of Wolverine, but anyways.
We're looking that up. Rachel Weisz and David Harbour were delightful in this movie.
They were.
I really, really liked them.
I feel like they...
Although they did botch the timeline just a wee bit.
No, he's not. He's not the one, but he does have pheromone manipulation.
Yeah. So with getting back to Black Widow, David Harbour was a bit of a letdown for me, actually.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got exactly what I expected from the trailer, so I was like, cool.
Yeah, and that was kind of my problem. He was a little bit fatty fall down go boom.
A little.
A little. It's like,
But he was also like a huge knock him down guy, so like he
Yeah.
made up for it.
yeah. And I feel like they sort of squandered his arc a little, because I feel like if they had done just a little bit more, and I admit I understand why, because like this was the girl power movie, so like giving David Harbour a massive storyline in the movie and a redemption arc from like shitty self-centered superhero in the 90s to loving caring father of two. I feel like they could have put a lot more into that story and made it less throwaway, because it felt throwaway to me.
I just don't think they had time for it. And I honestly think if they had spent any more time of it, it would have taken away from the kind of
The big action set pieces.
well, no, like the more like the softer the side of the storyline, like with their mother and
yeah.
all quote unquote. Oh, but I was very impressed with young Natasha,
Yeah.
the daughter of Mila Jovovich.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
That's who that was.
Yep. You couldn't tell?
Wait, Nick, whose daughter?
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah. Thank you. We haven't had one in a while. I figured I'd
Yeah,
give you
her daughter.
That's her kid.
With what's his face?
Paul Anderson?
Sure.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Her name is Ever Anderson.
Ever Anderson. Okay. Yeah, she was very good. I liked her.
Yeah, she's totally got her mom's ass. Like
Which means that when she spoke Russian, you knew it was legit.
Fair.
yeah,
That's a good point.
I didn't understand the whole like I love the like Russian undercover thing, but that was more of like an '80s thing, which
They had to move the timeline
I know they
around.
did.
It was
I know they did.
funky.
I mean, I liked it, but I was like, yeah, it was more '80s, not '95, but okay, because they already established that Natasha was literally born on the same birth date as the character Scarlett Johansson in 1984.
Yeah.
So they had to, and they
had to move the timeline up.
They did, which was fine. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I liked it, and I fucking I don't know. I really like this movie. And the fucking scene with all the Black Widows, fuck yes,
Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
fucking just
The action set pieces in this were a Marvel action set piece. I loved
Yeah.
every single one of them. I especially loved that opening one with S.H.I.E.L.D. and the little biplane. That was clever, and I enjoyed that. Did he fucking stay on the wing for the whole trip to Cuba?
I don't think so. I think they would have let him in at some point. It was a
Maybe,
it was
yeah.
a prop airplane. They can open the door without having to,
I think
without having to depressurize.
All right.
Yeah,
It sure seemed like he was on the plane the whole time, though.
he probably could do it.
I'll just stay out here.
No, I think he. I think he did because his wife was shot, so he had to get in and like do the first aid.
Sure.
When they got out, she had like bandage on her wherever the fuck she was shot, shoulder. I couldn't tell. I thought she was dead at first. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
The prison escape. Probably one of my favorite sequences.
Very, very cool set piece. I very much enjoyed that. David Harbour covered in fucking tattoos is weird.
That was cool.
It's cool, but it's weird. But yeah, the whole avalanche thing was fucking neat.
And now he's lost all of that weight
Yeah,
because he had to get real skinny for Stranger Things.
for Stranger Things, sure.
where he's the Russian prisoner.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, weird.
throwing out a lot of
He's in Russia a lot now.
Yeah,
Russian prisons, no less.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to think. There wasn't anything like super memorable for me from the movie, other than like it was witty and the comedy was great and the. I don't understand where Natasha got all those ear piercings, by the way, because in no other movie does she have that many ear piercings.
She was on vacation.
Oh, right. Okay.
everybody
Under
does something
disguise.
impulsive on vacation. She got ear piercings.
Yeah, I
Right.
got tattoos.
The thing about the vest was fucking hilarious too.
I liked that. I actually really enjoyed that.
It's my favorite MacGuffin.
That was a pretty good MacGuffin, actually.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that set piece. That was cute. And
Didn't she have that?
she did.
Yeah.
She did. She had that vest in Infinity War. I think I don't know if either of you noticed this, but did you see Red Guardian's hand tattoos?
Yes, but I don't remember what they said.
Marx and Lenin
Oh, yeah, that's right.
on the
Hilarious.
knuckles. On the knuckles. Yeah, it was,
That's funny.
I'm a fan. It was funny.
Yeah. And then the end sequence when they tie it into, because of course, it's a Marvel movie, so you got to sit through the entire thing, and Marvel knows you'll sit there through the entire credits to get to the end scene. And Valentina shows up, and because what's her name is visiting her sister's grave site, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Considering that there was no body. So, yeah.
I've got one other thing about this, and I know this is a ridiculous sentence I'm about to say, but the Red Room being a floating city in the sky stretched credibility for me.
It was very comic booky.
It was very comic. Like,
I mean, they
it
had
was a little-
helicarriers. Come
It
on.
was a little higher. Like, it was a little higher comic booky that I'm used to in a Marvel film, and it just
True.
threw me off. Like,
It-
I was like, really?
To me, I'm glad they did it that way versus like the under the sea headquarters, because then you're just like, okay, you're just fucking every trope of a supervillain. So up in the sky to me was
It was
a
the
lot.
Shadow Broker from Mass Effect. Specifically Mass Effect 2.
Sure.
It was the exact same thing. Ow. God damn it, my knee today.
And it's that there were a lot of tropes and allusions and homages to spy films.
Yeah.
Too.
So many.
So many.
Good Lord.
Like heavy on the Bourne trilogy.
Yeah.
But especially with the Red Room being in the fucking sky, hiding in a cloud, that was very 70s, 80s Bond-esque.
Yeah.
And I very much enjoyed that. That was like the spy movie references they made were good, I thought.
A lot of good, like T-Dalt era stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So much so that I was surprised he didn't show up.
Right? Why would who would have been a better Dreykov? Fucking Timothy Dalton, I think.
Yeah, T-Dalt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean by T-Dalt, but maybe the listeners don't.
Everybody knows T-Dalt.
Okay. But yeah, no, I actually think there's another thing. Ray Winstone was not,
Too busy being in DC, I guess.
I guess, but Ray Winstone was kind of.
In the comics, does her sister become the new Black Widow?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Or the anti-Black Widow, or
No, she becomes the Black Widow for real when she dies. When
I mean, they're all
when
widows.
Natasha,
Technically, they're all Black Widows, but
right? But technically, she wasn't a Black Widow in the comics. She was just another assassin
You're right.
from the same sort of organization, which
The
I
Red
think
Room.
was Hydra. Actually, now that I think about it.
Red Room.
I think it was retcon to that. I don't think it was originally.
Okay. Well, anyways, Yelena was another assassin, and when Natasha dies in the comics, she actually takes up the Black Widow mantle,
but
I
not
think
from
that's-
Valentina.
Right.
Right.
I think she's going to do that now, which I'm excited for, and I cannot wait to see Florence Pugh just power through the next 3 phases of Marvel as a leading character. She's going to develop some serious superstardom from this, and I'm super excited for her.
But that's what I was saying about the anti-Black Widow, because Valentina seems to be forming the anti-Avengers. So you have U.S.
Is
Agent.
she? Or is she just making... Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Because she has U.S. Agent, who is a bad guy. And now she's... You can't make a good guy by saying, hey, here's the other good guy that killed your sister. That's a revenge story. So that's I'm sure it'll be
It's the lead into Hawkeye.
right. And then, so it may be a Young Avengers?
No, it's actually there is a team for the exact organization you think is being made, but it's they're called the Dark Avengers. Actually,
Oh, and there you go. Maybe they are the Dark Avengers. Maybe that's what she's setting up.
she might be setting up Dark Avengers. I think that's interesting. I don't know how well that's going to translate on film. But we'll see. I think we're going to see a reformation of the Avengers, though.
Oh, absolutely.
The actual Avengers.
Well, absolutely.
And I don't think fucking Wyatt... what is this? Wyatt Russell's going to be a part of the Avengers. I think he's still going to be a side character, and I'm okay with that because he should stay a side character. But
Absolutely.
But I think we're going to see Yelena become the Black Widow, and we're going to get a Cap, Black Widow. I don't know who else is going to be on the new Avengers. I think
Hawkeye?
No, I don't think Hawkeye's coming. Oh, new Hawkeye. Yes, Kate Bishop. Yes. That's certainly possible.
Or whoever, I don't think she's, I can't think of her name, the actress's name, who is playing the new Hawkeye in the Hawkeye movie.
Haley Steinfeld.
Thank you. Is she playing Kate Bishop? She's not playing Kate
She's playing Kate
Haley
Bishop.
Steinfeld is playing Kate Bishop.
Okay,
yes.
never mind.
Yep.
Yeah, her. And then whoever else we get. Maybe we get,
Turn Bumblebee and
yeah,
Pitch Perfect 2 and 3, and True Grit,
I know. I know she is.
Yeah.
other stuff.
Other
She was
stuff.
definitely in other stuff. Yeah, I think we're going to see a reformation of the Avengers, but I think we're going to see as far as the Earthbound storylines go, I think this is gearing up for a new Avenger, all different Avengers. And I'm curious to see if they have any of the originals come back as sort of a mentor team guru, sort of retired but man in the chair type characters. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's Ruffalo.
I was thinking more Rhodey.
That's possible.
Because Rhodey seems to has always seemed to be kind of there at Avengers headquarters.
Sure.
Plus, he's a military man, so he gets,
Yeah. Maybe. I think it's going to, obviously it's going to be, at this point, I think it's Sam. I think it's Yelena. I think.
If there's mentors, I want it to be Rhodey and fucking Ant-Man. Because Paul Rudd would just be fucking hilarious against Rhodey.
I think Ant-Man's part of the new Avengers team.
You think so?
Yep, I
You don't
do.
think his daughter will take it up?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I think it's going to be Ant-Man. It's going to be Captain America, Yelena, probably new Hawkeye, probably Spider-Man if we don't lose him to Sony. But we'll see.
Yeah. I am glad I did see it in the movie theater. It was well worth it.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
And I watched it from the comfort of my couch, and I actually appreciated that because I could rewind and go back and just really pick over the scenes.
Right.
I appreciated that from a reviewer standpoint.
I am a garbage person, and both.
You did both?
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw it in theaters, and then I bought it on Disney Plus.
Why is that a garbage person?
He spent so much money on Black Widow.
So what? You're
Spent
providing...
so much. He spent like $60 on Black Widow.
Think of how those people, the hardworking people that just earned your hard-earned money.
Yeah, Disney. Disney really needs Kevin's money.
Right. And the thousands of people that also made that movie.
Whom already got paid.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But the pay comes from... Anyways.
But yeah, as far as Earthbound Marvel goes, I think it's going in an interesting direction at this point, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Really, honestly.
Well, then...
But why don't we shift?
We are going to shift. So other recommendations, everybody...
Oh, see it.
agrees, go
See it.
Yeah.
See it.
And if you're comfortable, see it in theaters.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Back to the old rating
absolutely-
system. Yay.
Back to the old rating system. Actually, I would stream this. I would. I thought it was a fine movie. It was filler.
Well, it was.
And there were some parts where I was just like,
Having seen it both,
okay.
I'm going to say theaters. There's some big moments that I definitely appreciated being able to see on a big screen.
Okay.
Some details, some here's and there's.
Okay. With recognition to your historical bias of always seeing something in theaters.
When it's big, yeah. But this I count as big.
Yeah.
Will I say the same thing about the Green Knight? Probably not. Huh. I'm really excited for the Green Knight, you guys.
You're not?
I'm really excited for it. It looks really fucking good.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, it's incredibly excited.
Okay.
I like Arthurian shit.
Oh, sure. Me too.
Yeah, we'll switch gears, keep it in the MCU, but now switching gears to Disney's
Galactic Marvel.
Galactic, yeah.
That's what this is. So we're going to do a whole overview of the Loki series.
Yeah, which we've touched on a little bit. I don't think we need to like go episode by episode. I think we can just kind of go with the overarching storyline, just to save on time because we got about 30 minutes or so. So, fuck, it's good, so good.
Owen Wilson is the Marvel character I never knew I wanted to protect as a precious bean forever.
Right.
I had no idea I would be so attached to the guy famous for going, wow.
Yeah, he was so good in this, like beyond anything he's done in the past. Like because he was still like Owen Wilson-y, but then the moments when he'd be talking to Loki and Loki would try to be outsmarting him, and he'd quip back to him. Like it was just so good.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. Owen Wilson was the emotional center of Loki.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right.
Sabre had noticed that that a lot of the things he did, especially when they first met, were like textbook things that a child psychiatrist does to like a child who's acting up, like an at-risk teen.
Interesting.
And she brought that to my attention. It was very interesting to watch because it's true. It's exactly what happened. Ooh, that
sucker blows out cold air, man.
That show was quite the ride.
It was.
Oh yeah,
it was awesome. Truly not knowing what the fuck could possibly happen next.
Right.
I liked that there were a couple of Lovecraft Country alumni in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hunter B12, Hunter B15.
B15.
Was one of my favorite characters in Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
And she was...
Which, sad news, that got canceled.
It did, but it also... The writers have stated that, you know, the show did hit an ending point. They didn't leave it open for anything. They had ideas if it got repicked up, but they said, you know, we're
comfortable with it being one season.
We finished this story, and they kind of thought it was going to happen. Plus, most of the actors have now gotten lucrative contracts elsewhere.
Sure.
Well, good for them.
And Kang, man.
So
we can get to that, but
we'll get to that.
But goddamn,
I want to talk about a little bit of the overview. So, if you don't know already, Loki follows Loki, and Mobius hunting down a variant of Loki who will, from this point forward, not be called Loki, but Sylvie, because that's the name she chooses. It is a female Loki. It's fascinating, and the idea behind the TVA is they pluck people out of the timeline that are creating branches,
right? And
then they get rid of them,
right? You said something. I was gonna say something to something about something. Anyways, I'll probably
so like the first couple episodes are this idea of Loki and Mobius hunting down the variant Loki.
Oh, I remember what it was. Mobius. I saw this on the internet, and to correct people when they go, "Oh, he must have got his name from that," or maybe Tony Stark is referencing when he mentions the Mobius strip in Infinity War. No, the Mobius strip has been around for a long time. No. So
you're stretching,
no.
Folks.
You are.
Settle down.
Yeah, absolutely not. So because he's with the TVA and their time, and he's time travel.
It is connected to the Mobius strip, but not for that reason.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, that's the point I wanted to make real quick.
No,
they're pulling them up because they're variants. They are individuals who are messing with the timeline. And Loki even points out, he's like, "Well, all that shit the fucking Avengers did." And they're like, "Yeah, that was supposed to happen, so that's fine."
Yeah, and so we are led to believe that these people are these ultra-dimensional, powerful beings who take human form, like Pillboy from The Good Place. Because they exist. They throw Infinity Stones into a junk drawer.
Exactly, and that they were paperweights.
And they exist TVA exists to keep time moving in the correct flow that it's always supposed to go.
The master timeline, or what they
to keep the timekeepers going.
Right.
We of course find out the timekeepers aren't fucking real, which awesome. I love that.
I'm a little sad. I've kind of been waiting for an actress to hit the MCU for a minute now, and that's Gugu Mbatha Raw.
Yeah.
I'm a
Who played
the judge.
The judge, Renslayer.
Yes. I kind of wish it had been a super, like somebody a little more.
Okay. Well, in the comics, Renslayer is kind of a super.
Yes, but I mean somebody. Extravagant isn't the right word, but
Punchier, bigger,
Yeah.
glitzier, with a little more star power.
a little more zhuzh.
A little more star power, a little more zhuzh.
It's a very cool part, and she played the fucking ass
She
off.
sure
it.
did.
But yeah, it's
I loved her in Doctor Who.
So, before we get too far, too, in one of the second episodes, there's rumors that was supposed to be Peggy Carter in the background coming out of a door. And I have a thought about that.
that never went anywhere. But the internet ire still.
But I have a thought about that. And this is my Captain America reference, is that I don't think she was a variant. I think she was being brought there to be saying, hey, guess what we're going to allow? We're going to allow two of the same people to exist in the universe, which we normally don't do. But here's the deal. You need to not say anything about it, and you need to live in this total secret life about... Like, they were explaining to her what's going to happen. I mean, not like what's going to happen, but like, hey, you and Cap are together. That's great, but there's this whole other timeline.
We are allowing this, and this is why.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think she was like a variant. I think it was... They were explaining to her that they were allowing...
I just remembered a thing real quick about Black Widow. I'm upset that they explained Budapest. Budapest. They explained Budapest.
Yeah, I
didn't need it explained. But anyways,
I didn't need it explained either, but I'm kind of glad that they did, because now whenever they make reference Budapest, and they're like, oh, okay.
I was happy with it being this sort of anomalous thing.
Budapest was the what's his name? Star Wars.
It was the Kessel Run.
Nope, it was
the Kessel Run.
The guy in the golden robe. Who the fuck is his name? In the new Star Wars, Kylo Ren's master or whatever.
Oh,
Like Snoke?
Yeah, Snoke. Yeah, the Budapest was Snoke.
no, Budapest was Kessel Run.
No, it's Snoke. Because he was like, you thought it was all this great thing, and then you're like, oh, that's how it happened? Cool, all right.
It was the Kessel Run.
It was the Kessel Run. It was explained as this anomalous thing that was so cool, and then you get it put on film, and you're like, oh, okay. Well, at
because
least
Snoke,
it feels
because Snoke was the Kessel Run.
yeah. I think it's all true.
It's all the Kessel Run.
It's all Kessel Runs.
We got there eventually.
It's all Kessel Runs. Kessel Runs all the way down.
But the Kessel Run was fun to watch. Anyways,
I mean,
so back to Loki. You like my little fucking one-liners at the
So as the series progresses, we find out that all of the agents are just variants. There's some ooby-dooby stuff that's all basically masterminded by and they did go with the future Kang.
Yep.
Because there have been a couple of them, but Kang for the future, he is trying to stop, the multiverse war, and he was without a doubt the most joyful.
That was...
I could not stop enjoying his performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where he slipped from like this smarmy villain to like classic mustache twirling villain to
so I saw
just a guy who is trying to do his best.
So I saw a meme where someone put a picture of Kang next to another famous character. That famous character was Willy Wonka, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a perfect explanation. Kang is Willy Wonka, and that makes perfect sense to me. Well, He Who Remains, I should say. That version of Kang is definitely Willy Wonka. He's mercurial. He's sort of just flighty, but sinister.
His performance was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing but brilliant. If you want to see a master class in how to like perform being a I don't want to say multi-personality, but like...
No, multifaceted villain.
Yes. There it was. It was right in front of you, right there. I mean,
every word he said was said with joy and love and happiness and magnanimity, and yet it all had this like edge undercurrent of just like, I am hiding something very fucking terrible here.
Right, because at one point he's like, oh, and there we go. I no longer know what's going to happen.
And just a little funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm hiding something just a little funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, but also I've been here so long that I've come up with all the best jokes.
I've lost my fucking mind. I've been here so long.
Yeah. There was an interesting someone. I just want to touch on this real quick.
Go ahead.
Someone decided to put the final episode of WandaVision on and run it concurrent with the final episode of Loki. Mm-hmm. And when Wanda embraces her full Scarlet Witch power and like just all the way in, that is the exact moment that Kang goes, and I have no idea what's going to happen now. So the theory is, someone made a theory that like his look off to the side was both, I have no idea what's going to happen now, but also, oh shit, I just felt that. What was that over there? What the fuck is going on over it? Oh shit, the timeline's splintering now. Because it was already starting to splinter by that point.
Yeah. Kevin, there's an interesting article that just came out, and I posted it in our save thing, but like Kevin Feige is now like, we're making sure that the timeline is not going to get fucked up with with this multiverse. He's like, we're going to get whiteboards, we're going to fucking track all this shit.
Because it's going to be like that fucking episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Because I think they're starting to understand that. Obviously, I mean, they don't in any way, shape, or form. I don't think Marvel thinks their fan base is stupid, but he wants to make sure that they don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Moving forward, especially because it's probably going to get very complicated. Which, for me personally, which is why I stopped reading comics, is when like X-Men started becoming fucking Ultimate X-Men and X-Men Universe and X4. You know.
I loved the Ultimate series.
Right, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of different storylines that I was like, well, why is it different in this story? Like, my brain.
At least the Ultimate, it was a completely different universe, and they explained that this was not a reboot. This was not just a different sideline of these stories. This was something completely different.
This is a completely reimagined version that we already were familiar with.
Non-canonical to anything else. This is just this is a bit of fun, and it came out with some of my favorite storylines. Of Marvel that they've used quite a bit of in these films. It's what gave us Black Nick Fury.
Yep.
Hawkeye said that Bruce Banner should be played by Steve Buscemi, and that was pretty funny.
Yep.
In the Ultimates, they were talking about who should play them if they ever made a movie, because this was long before.
Right.
It was 2005-ish.
Yeah. So it was before Iron Man, but they're like, so who would play us? And they were talking about Nick, who would you want to play you? And he goes, it's easy, Samuel L. Jackson. And somebody said something to piss off Bruce, and he went into the other room, and I went, what? I was going to say Steve Buscemi.
Funny. There are two things also with Loki that I noticed. First of all, it takes place slightly in the future, right? And they end up at some store or whatever.
Rocksmart.
Right.
Reference to Roxxon Corporation.
Right. And all the stuff that they have there is all PlayStation 4, which proves that even in the future, they still can't get their fucking PlayStation 5s. Second of all, I'd also like to point out in this Loki series, very directly, Loki says he uses magic. And I think this is the first time in a Marvel Universe movie that they have mentioned magic.
Well, no.
Directly.
Doctor Strange, they say it's magic. But yes, it's the first time Loki says it's magic, because before it was this concept of like Thor would say that, technology is just magic.
Right.
That you don't understand. Like, that was his idea. It was like, in our world, magic and science are the same thing, because that's how advanced we are.
Right.
And like, that was the concept, that magic was just a far-flung form of science. But this is the first time Loki himself states that, yes, he's using magic, not technology magic,
Right.
not super powered fucking technobabble magic,
Right.
magic.
Magic, yeah. Next, and I don't think they even mentioned it in WandaVision at the end. I think they just
No, they mentioned chaos magic.
chaos magic.
Magic. Doctor Strange mentions that he uses magic. Like the
I didn't think they mentioned it in the movie, but maybe I missed it. Maybe you're right.
yeah.
It's very possible I missed it. But anyways, it's nice that they, like we had talked about, that they're finally starting to acknowledge that there is magic in the Marvel universe instead of ignoring it and being like, we all know they're magical, which I loved. And God, Tom Hiddleston's just fucking nailing it with this series. I mean,
I don't want to overshadow Sophia DiMartino.
oh no, absolutely not. She's phenomenal too. Just
She's fucking like Florence Pugh in Black Widow is to Sophie. Sophie DiMartino is to Florence Pugh as Loki is to Black Widow.
right, and she did this she filmed this all just after having a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to the point where like she even posted on her Twitter about like, hey, they made my costume so I could still like nurse
Breastfeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
But
I thought was super neat.
I think it's phenomenal that's instead of being like, oh no, we have to halt production because you can't, but she's like, no, fuck yeah, I can do it.
I apologize with a brief correction. It was Hank Pym.
Hank Pym.
Yeah,
Hank Pym
who was going to suggest Steve Buscemi after everybody else was making fun of Bruce Banner.
Oh, okay.
Saying that Haley Joel Osment or Woody Allen or Stuart Little should play him. And that's when, and then after that, Hulk went on Rampage. He ate a nurse. It was a whole thing. Yeah, Ultimate Hulk was not a good person at all. He would
He would kill.
He ate people.
All right.
That was his thing.
Neat.
The cast that Nick Fury had suggested was Johnny Depp as Iron Man, Matthew McConaughey as Hank Pym, Lucy Liu as Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when they asked him, who would play him, he said, easy, Samuel L. Jackson.
Funny. What else about Loki? I thought, before we knew it was Kang, I thought we were going to get, with the big cloud, I thought that was, what was his name? The big galactic planet killer guy. Galactus, yeah. I thought it was
classic. They're not dissimilar.
That's true. Galactus
eats space, and
right. Goliath eats time.
Right. So
Doctor.
Oh, I don't know. I never read these comics.
And I'm blanking on his name now, and it's troubling me that I'm blanking on his name. I believe it's
what character?
Classic Loki. Richard E. Grant. Yes, thank you.
I knew you were going there too. I definitely want to talk about that segment.
He has been killing it lately.
Yeah, he has.
He is in that Dispatches from Elsewhere show that I kept telling you guys to watch that I know you haven't because you hate me and never watch my recommendations.
I'm watching Titans.
I haven't watched it. I assume Nick's got it on a list.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
I'm watching Titans, and I love it.
Would you please watch something I suggest?
At this point, it's just kind of fun.
but it's not, and I take it personal.
Fair enough.
But he has just been killing it.
Richard E. Grant has been one of my favorite character actors for a few years now. I've loved him, like going back. Like some of his stuff from the '90s is great, but I think the thing that really sold me on him was his Doctor Who Christmas special a few years back, which was excellent,
amazing,
just outstanding job on his part.
So Doctor Who, Star Wars, and Marvel. This dude is absolutely crushing it.
That's right. He was in Rise of Skywalker. I forgot about that.
He was the underhanded. New second in command.
Yep.
Yeah.
And more to Richard E. Grant's talents. Like he played against only the voice of Ian McKellen in a snow globe. And fucking won me over in that show in Doctor Who. Like Ian McKellen in a fucking snow globe, and he played it like he was right fucking there. Like he made that snow globe a real person. Like not Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen could read me the phone book and I'd be fine. But like Richard E. Grant playing against a snow globe and making me feel that it was a person was amazing. So yeah, and I was very excited to see him pop up as one of the Loki variants. At one point, so like towards the end of the series, Loki pops into what's called the Void at the end of time, and he ends up with these Loki variants. And we see several versions of Loki that have existed in the comic books.
So many.
Classic Loki, which is Richard E. Grant. Kid Loki, which I love.
Which apparently, though, is his kingdom. And it's weird that all the Lokis live and everybody else dies. And that, you know.
They're Lokis.
Totally
That's what they
makes
do.
sense.
They survive.
Yeah, they survive.
Right. I get that.
Was the line in the show.
I'm sad there was no Matt Damon Loki.
Right? That was a little
I bet you if you
disappointing.
look in that group, if you pause it, I bet you can find one.
No,
Well,
probably
see, the
not.
big group, those were not mostly Lokis. Those were
Oh,
other
yeah, those were
miscellaneous
these-
variants.
yeah.
But we also got President Loki.
Yep, we got President Loki.
Boastful Loki.
Boastful Loki, who is not, as far as I know, ever in the comics, but great in the scenes that he was in this. He fucking brilliant. I love me a black Loki. That was a good looking Loki.
The goodest boy who's ever existed, which is Alligator Loki.
No. He has a name. It's Croaky. Crocodile Loki. Croaky.
But speaking of croaking, we also finally got Throg.
Throg.
Throg. It was blink and you miss it.
Yep.
But it was.
But he's trapped in like a little jar,
and he's he's trying
He's
to bust his way out to reach for Mjolnir.
which is just over like 5 feet from him in the dirt. It's amazing.
It's just a fun little.
Yep. Couple.
Here you go,
Easter eggs.
fans, you fucks.
The Thanos copter as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't know
the
if you saw
Thanos
that,
copter.
yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Why was Mjolnir buried in the? Just because it's a multi whatever.
Because shit keeps popping in.
Yeah.
But god damn it, Thanos' goddamn helicopter was
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
It shows up for one panel in one comic in like 1973. He's just
Back before he was like this ultimate being.
yeah. Where he was just a villain on Earth. He was just a fucking goofball.
Damn helicopter, like he's
Yeah.
fucking Batman.
Yeah. And it said Thanos on the side. It's
Sure did.
amazing.
Just so everyone knows. This is mine.
My helicopter.
We know, buddy.
Go look at the Thanos copter again. It's a fucking purple piece of shit.
Hang on, I gotta lock the Thanos copter.
Yeah, we know. You got a copter, Thanos. We fucking get it.
Oh, what? Have you guys seen my copter?
You shut up.
Anyways, yeah, and then Kang. I mean, I'm very excited. Oh, the biggest fucking reveal.
That
We got the multiverse and it's just splitting apart completely. But B, Loki is going to be a season 2. It is not a limited series.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was amazed. I really thought we were just going to have a limited series Loki, and we were just going to.
I thought since when he showed up at the TVA again and it was the wrong TVA, I'm like, there's got to be a season 2.
I could not, but well, like.
'Cause, like-
I assumed they were going to touch it because it could easily be explained in Multiverse of Madness.
It could, but that would be a disservice to the fans, I feel.
And honestly, I think a disservice to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He's already got so much
they've
going
got-
on in that
They've
movie.
got too much to do. There's so much going on in Doctor Strange in the Universe of Madness. They had to take over like 3/4 of Spider-Man.
Yep.
But yeah, I knew that Lee Majors, I think his name is, who
Million
plays
Dollar
Kang.
Oh, Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
Lee
Lee
Majors.
Majors
is six.
Never mind.
$6
Yep.
million man.
Sure is.
Yeah,
But yeah, Jonathan Majors. I knew he was playing Kang because it was
Yeah,
announced sort of towards the end of Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was going to be this goddamn soon.
No, I didn't either.
I was shook.
yeah. I think you mentioned it on the show a few episodes ago. Long episodes.
I mean, we'll talk about it in about 4 years, but Kang's the big bad
Yeah.
for at least Phase 4.
Well, I mean, the multiverse war is now started.
yeah,
right. And then he knew he's like my favorite line of his was, "I'll see you in a little bit."
Yeah. So we had the
very good.
Infinity Saga. This is the multiverse saga.
So
Oh yeah, quick spoiler, huge spoiler. Fucking Sylvie is trying to find the end of time to take care of the timekeepers, whoever's fucking with her world because like they pulled her out of a happy existence because she wasn't supposed to exist that way.
They sure did do me a sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, played by the girl from Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yep. And
The
she
girl from The Walking Dead.
Rick's daughter.
I know.
Oh, I don't remember the actress's name. I'm sorry.
I don't either. But I looked that up when she was on there. I'm like, she looks familiar. And we were like, oh my God.
yeah, and then Sylvie straight up murks He Who Remains.
So okay. I have one question. Was she pulled from the same timeline as the Thor and Loki that we know, or was she pulled from a different timeline? Like, so they are pulled from the TVA. Follow me here. TVA keeps the timeline going straight. So she must have shown up in Asgard with the Thor and Loki that we know and was pulled out. Because if she would have remained, she would have skewed the almighty timeline, yes?
So I don't know because
I was going to ask if...
we leaned on the idea that we know that Loki is pansexual. It was confirmed. But
Right.
they didn't really touch on whether or not this Loki, like in the mythology, it was gender fluid.
Yes, they did. It was on his identity card.
No, I thought that was the pansexual thing.
No,
that was the gender fluid.
identity.
Gender
He,
fluid.
Oh, okay.
He confirmed he likes it all during their conversation on the train.
Oh, that's
Right.
right. That's right. That's right.
But that's
okay,
what I'm
never
saying
mind.
is that this is all one timeline because they're very big on this.
Yeah,
is
I
all
think-
one timeline.
Somebody get this man a horse.
So that would mean, but he was never Loki. Wasn't he one of the dark people, the ice people from
Yes,
Thor?
he was an ice giant.
Right. But so then she
So this
would've-
might have been one of those moments where Loki was exploring being a girl.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think it might have been.
Okay.
And I love the idea that the TVA pulled Loki out of the timeline while Loki was exploring being a girl because Loki was exploring being a girl.
Right.
I love that.
Well-
it makes them fucking evil, and I love that.
Right.
Fucking transphobic,
but it also-
homophobic pieces of shit. I love that idea.
But the Loki series also
Gonna insert that little virtual signal in there, huh? Cool.
Loki also confirmed our put the final story in what happens to Loki at the end of beginning of Infinity War, where he gets killed and he was dead and that was the end of his reel. Like everybody's like, no, he's still alive. No, he's dead. He dead. He gone. Mm-hmm. And then what was my other thing? Who's more powerful, Kang or Thanos?
Kang.
Okay, so he's going to be the new Thanos. I mean, not like the new Thanos, but you know what I mean. Like, Thanos.
no, he's better than Thanos. Sorry. I understand what you mean. He's the new big bad, yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Thanos was the big bad in phase 1. Now we're in phase 97 or whatever.
4.
Okay. Yeah. So he's going to be the overarching big bad.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to last 3 phases this time.
Probably not. But
I really hope not.
I think phase 4 is going to last longer than any other combined phases.
Yeah, I think so too. Hilariously, we're going to get the most movies in a year in this phase this
Thank
time, though.
God.
Because we're going to get 4 Marvel movies plus 3 series, maybe 4 series? Yeah, because What If comes out in August. 4 movies and 4 series all in 2021.
Hell yeah. I'm okay with that.
I had a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, phase 4 was supposed to start last year, so.
Yeah, well, yeah.
COVID.
Yeah. But like 4 movies, 4 series so far. Maybe 5 if Hawkeye comes out before the end of the year.
Right.
Because
All
we
right.
don't know if it will.
Real quick, anything else about Loki that we missed talking about or
Butts.
that we needed to talk about with Loki?
I mean, there was that naked scene of Tom Hiddleston, and the internet loved it.
Of course they did, because it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Get Owen Wilson a
Oh.
jet ski.
So I just popped into the Hawkeye series.
Yeah.
And the 3 top bills are Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton, Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, and Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we knew she was going to be in it.
Okay. Now she's
Now she's she's top 3 billing.
yeah.
Now that they've announced, yeah.
But have they announced the release date?
That's what I'm looking for.
All right.
All right. Anything else about
Seeing
Loki?
is 2021. So
So maybe five series by the end of this year.
I would say probably by December if they're going to release it at this point.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a winter blockbuster.
Yeah. It
Or
might
Christmas.
It might even stretch between December, January.
Yeah, well, maybe too.
We'll see though.
Yeah,
But Ms. Marvel is also saying 2021.
Really? I don't think that's happening.
probably not.
Although we've seen footage. We've seen on-set footage from that.
Yeah. All right. So anything else about Loki? We're going to wrap this up here. No? Think we
No,
touched everything?
it was good. It was very good. I enjoyed it. The overarching traumatic moment of your life in this one is I don't know. It was a whole lot of setup to the new big bad.
Yeah.
There wasn't it's not like with WandaVision it was grief, and with Falcon and the Winter Soldier it was racism. I guess if I were to pick a traumatic thing to talk about,
Self-identity.
self-identity and free will. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it was fucking good. Captain America and Bucky are still my favorite. It's still my favorite so far. Loki probably just barely beats out WandaVision. I think there was just more, a lot more story and a lot more like, oh fuck moments than in like WandaVision.
I think at least the oh fuck moments that stuck.
Yeah.
I think if
Thank you.
WandaVision hadn't been a giant fucking asshole about it and kept it as the Fox versus Quicksilver and not Dick Boners or whatever his name was.
Ralph Boner.
Close enough.
Vomit penis.
Oh no, Kevin found a new nickname. Great.
I think it. I think it would have topped it for me.
Yeah.
But giving me that joyous gift and then fucking taking it away
Yeah.
from me,
Ruined it.
like you're my brother Andy.
Right. Like I'm gonna play with your balls a little bit, then I'm just gonna kick you square in the nuts.
Yeah,
Just like his brother Andy.
you just had to take my metaphor with my brother and then put my balls in it, huh? He did pin me down and spit in my mouth once.
Gross.
Well, he was doing that loogie dangle thing, but one got loose, and I was yelling at the time, "Ah!" and it was right on target, like a fucking proton torpedo into the ventilation shaft. You're welcome, Rob. So on that note, this has been best threesome ever.
So you're saying that Loki beats out WandaVision if it had WandaVision?
Yeah.
But Cap's still your favorite?
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to say, I'm going to disagree with both of you. Shocker! I know.
Always a contrary.
No, I think it goes Cap, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, then WandaVision, and then Loki. But like WandaVision and Loki are real close.
The way he said it at first,
Yeah.
I thought he was agreeing with us.
Right.
But he was saying I'm going to disagree.
But then agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way you listed it, you made it sound like it went Captain Loki WandaVision.
Oh yeah, no. I'm going to put WandaVision second. I thought it was very good. I connected more with Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think, but I thought overall and I think maybe I'm coming at this from an idea of like the overall art of the product, because the innovation of the fucking TV shows as plot devices,
Or it was glorious.
it puts WandaVision on a high pedestal, but the timing of the social commentary of Falcon and the Winter Soldier just edges out WandaVision for me. And Loki's a fun romp. It's a fun science fiction fantasy romp, and I dig it. But it's got to go below WandaVision for me, just because the innovation of the style of TV that they did.
Right.
I thought that
Well,
was
and for me, it was Loki kept me every episode. I was like, I want to see what fucking happens next. And then WandaVision was like, what the fuck's going on? And then at the end, you're like, I get it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I get it. I get why they did what they did. And so I think it was just, I think that I don't know. I think the with Kang, had they not had Kang in it, I don't think it would have been as good. Or had they had any other actor, maybe wouldn't have been as good playing Kang. But I think for me, that was kind of, I mean, everything was great up to that point. Owen Wilson, like, I've never been a huge fan of Owen Wilson, but in this, I'm a huge fan of him.
He is a precious boy and must be protected at all costs. Get him his goddamn jet ski.
And with Kang, that performance is just fucking. It blew WandaVision barely out of the water.
I think I'm going to have to rewatch all of them again and just do a full straight through.
Apparently, they're changing things now.
Oh yeah, I heard that they changed something in the
Couple
end
things
of
in
WandaVision. Yeah,
they've changed a few things in WandaVision, so you have to go back and watch them again and go, okay.
All right, interesting.
Yeah. So anyways, so that'll be it for us. This episode ran a bit longer than normal, but that's okay. We had a lot to talk about.
Like they have been lately.
Yeah. Well, this one's a little bit longer than most normal ones, so this will be a fun edit. Anyways, that's fine. Anything else? We got anything to promote? Anything?
No.
No? Kevin, anything?
Nope.
Winners, you anything? No?
Nope.
Oh, okay. You still doing Winners, you?
Yeah, Ian's just been too busy.
Yeah, he's a very busy boy.
He's a busy boy.
Fucking Ian. Ian, stop being so busy and so popular.
I'll have to pick a good night and get 7 videos in.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, this has been Best Threesome Ever. This has been Best Threesome Ever, episode 132, brought to you by Heroic Goods and Games and Jaybird Wines. I am Nick.
I'm Rob.
I'm Kevin.
And we will see you on the multiverse. In the multiverse. In the multiverse?
You want to try all of that again?
Nope.
All right.
No, leave it just like that. Perfect.
The views held here by the nerds of Best Threesome Ever do not directly reflect the views of nerds everywhere.